Hello everyone, VJose30 back again with another edition of What's on Deck. If you're not familiar with What's on Deck, it's my weekly show where I tell you about all the new decks that have been released on Kickstarter and elsewhere and anything that's coming up. So let's get on to it. First of all, on Kickstarter, I should point out there's only been a few decks this week on Kickstarter, and all of them have funded already, which is pretty interesting. No favors so far. Well, actually, I lied. There is one that has not funded yet, but it's halfway there. But I can't say much about it because the creator is a bit of a jerk and thinks that I'm always talking negatively about his product, which is not the case. So I'm not going to mention that one. Screw him. So first of all, we got Bicycle Aurora from Collectible Playing Cards. This is a relaunch. It's already funded, 23 days to go. Sadly, for last deck, the Bicycle Gluttony deck did not fund. Just $1,000 short. This one, however, is doing a lot better than it did originally because it's got silver and apparently gold foils on the tuck case, which is very nice. And also, there's going to be metallic inks on the faces. I'm guessing this is by Johnny Wham, but I'm not 100% sure. Kind of a Tally-Ho inspired back design to some extent. You can see the embossing and the foil on details on the tuck case. It looks pretty nice. The back design is pretty cool. I mean, it's not bad. I do wish, like others, that maybe it was just more one color instead of multiple colors. But it's not bad. It's different. It's unique. I like the circle back aspect to it. And the face is a little more standard. Metallic inks in gold and silver throughout. I don't mind that, hearts and spades and clubs have a gold color and hearts and diamonds have a silver color. It fits with, blacks and reds. Very nice metallic inks. Although, a little more standard in the faces. But at the same time, that makes it more usable for Magic and card games and stuff like that. So go check it out if you like it. You see more of the cards. Jokers. I don't see the Ace of Spades anywhere, but it is what it is. Next up, I want to mention this. The Liberty playing cards. Liberty backs from playingcards.net, Gambler's Warehouse, well funded. They're almost at the $20,000 stretch goal, which I'm sure they will hit. But more importantly is their last stretch goal that I wanted to talk about. You can get these in red and blue. Not a big fan of the whole thing where if you want to get the gold deck, you have to buy at least 6 decks. Or 12 decks if you want to get 2. This is the gold one. It's a limited one made by Expert Playing Cards. The red and blue are made by Liberty Playing Cards. At the same time, $35 for 7 decks is not a bad deal. That's $5 each, so I can accept that. But still, it's extra decks and extra shipping costs that I don't want or need. But this is the first stretch goal. It's the Bicycle Americana in blue, the Civil War. The only thing I would like to see different is the seal being a stamp type seal to go with the vintage feel of the deck. But outside that, it's not bad. It's basically just a recolor of the original Americana deck from Circle City Cards. Except for the Jokers, I think, are different. Pretty cool. Decent price. There is, like I said, a stretch goal of $20,000. I don't know what that is. If that's going to be their new Bicycle Spirit decks or what it is. Then there is this type and color playing cards from Mark Allender. This is a very limited edition and a very expensive limited edition. So what he did is the previous campaign did not fund. So he said, you know what? There is a small amount of backers, in this case apparently 10, that really, really, really want these decks very badly. Don't know why. And they're more than willing to pay extra amount of money for them. So he's launched a project. There's only one tier. It's simplified. $50 for a set of decks. I don't know if there's extra shipping for international or if it's included. And here you see the faces. One is on the bold sand, and the other is on the italic serif. It's on different fonts. And the back designs, very simple. And that's it. So he said, you know what, we're gonna make this very limited, more expensive, and small project. It's only 2 weeks or whatever. It's 13 days left, and only a $500 goal. So small goal, short project campaign, more expensive, more limited, and he's got 10 backers. Yay! I don't call that very successful. I mean, in my opinion, if it didn't fund, then it tells me there is not that much appeal or interest, and move on to something else. Really. I mean, he's already done one of these before in the past as well. Anyway, I forgot to mention, Bicycle Aurora funded, 23 days to go. This one is funded, 13 days to go. Next up, Drawing Dead Zombie Poker Sketch Card Deck by Brad Utterstrom, first project. He hasn't backed any playing card projects, by the way, or anything like that. They're just art projects. It is funded with 18 days to go, only a $3,000 goal. And you can see right here, the artwork will be different. These are only samples to illustrate the concept and quality. I'm not sure exactly how it illustrates the quality of the cards, but I guess the quality of the art. You see some more. Obviously, this is not going to be the final back design, thank goodness, because that just looks like an advertisement. But why not show us what the back design is going to look like, or what the tuck case is going to look like, or anything like that? I don't know. There's a lack of art on this project. Part of it is because they're going to be taking backers' images and putting it into their deck, but they could still do something with the back design and the tuck case. To be printed by MPC, I'm guessing. Make playing cards, because it's 300 GSM smooth stock. And I think that's what it said somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure exactly who's producing it. So, take that what you will. Next up, Scala Architecture playing cards from Arquitectura Contrapillo. They're from Spain. Pretty well funded, €1,800 goal. It's already over 5,000 euros with 24 days to go. It's an interesting concept, an idea, but there is some minor missteps, as you can probably see right in that image, and issues that I'm not a fan of. For starters, there's only one index, so it's not very usable for anything. One-way faces, which is fine, but again, why not have a second index? I don't know. And then the biggest problem for me is the colors. How on earth could you make spades and hearts the same color and then clubs and diamonds different colors? Clubs and spades should be black, and in this case, hearts and diamonds should be white. Not spades and hearts black, clubs and diamonds white. I know clubs and diamonds are known as the minor suits and everything, but still, they should not mess up the colors like that. That makes it a lot worse for playing games and stuff like that, in my opinion. It's all about architects, so I'll get a little more details here. Spades features small buildings, such as houses and pavilions. Hearts, medium-sized buildings with housing and local facilities. Diamonds, larger buildings with urban facilities. And clubs, extra large with urban landmarks and infrastructures. Just fine. Aces feature floor plans. 2 through 7 feature elevations from lower to higher detail. 8 through 10 feature interviews and conic perspectives. And jacks for kings feature facades and detail from lower to higher abstraction. It's well thought out. It's interesting ideas. It's not the most usable, and it's not exactly what I want to see on a playing card, just to be quite honest. These are actually, here's the back design, by the way, and you see some of the faces. These are actually going to be produced by Fournier in Spain, which is pretty interesting. Don't see a lot of custom decks for them. But again, it's not the most usable. It looks like it should be in a book or something, this stuff, not on playing cards. The back design is fine. I think it's mirror image, but that really doesn't make much of a difference since the faces are very one way. And I mean, if you like it, by all means, check it out. But it's not very usable. It's more for collecting or artistic pieces, artistic purposes, and a bit pricey too. €15 for one deck. Anyways, moving along. Like I said, funded, 24 days to go. There is one more new one on Kickstarter that I can't mention because, like I said, they don't want me to mention, they don't want me to promote it. They think that I'm out to get them or something, and that I'm always... Well, the problem is the creator is not very receptive to critical feedback and stuff like that. And he didn't like my review, I guess, and whatnot. So, whatever. Not gonna mention it. But these are coming up. First of all, Memento Mori from Roman Kotiv and Nor Arts for a newest deck. 2 decks. Not 100% sure when it goes live. Unless they responded. Nope, no responses yet. Memento Mori. There is the Carpe Diem deck. Right there. And it's not bad. The back design, is fine. The mirror image at least. Number cards are nice. Court cards are skulls, skeletons, but they're fine. Ace of Spades. I don't know why they need to say Ace of Spades on there. I think we know what it is. If it's that difficult to determine what it is that they have to tell you what it is, then maybe it should be changed. But whatever, it's fine. Back design is borderless. I would prefer borders, but that's fine. Then there's also the Vanitas deck. All Latin names, it's pretty cool. Which means emptiness. Carpe Diem means seize the day. And Memento Mori means remember that you are mortal. So it's all pretty interesting. And it's very similar, different color, similar faces. That is what it is. Different jokers. There's stretch goals for custom seals, for interior printing, for copper and silver foils, certificate of authenticities. Only a $4,000 goal, $4,000 goal that is. It will fund. It's just a matter of time. Once it launches, it's not live yet. I don't know when it's going to go live. No information on that yet, but it should be sometime soon. Next up, also coming soon at some point in time, is a relaunch of the Sirens deck from Jinhao Kai. $20,000 Canadian goal again. They have a new deck here. That's a stretch goal, I guess. The Abscissus Siren deck, which looks pretty interesting. I like the colors, the purples and the reds. I wish that was actually one of the standard decks. The standard decks are the white gold diamond deck and the secret ancient deck. Actually, secret ancient deck is the standard one, I guess. White gold diamond is a more limited edition. As far as I can tell. So I don't know why I don't know. I'm a little bit confused. It's just a lot of decks. But yeah, here's the white diamond one. Standard one, I guess. It's all the same as before. Animated indexes for the number cards. It's just pretty interesting. They're playing music and dancing. The back design is alright. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm sure it'll be better on the actual deck than these sample prototype cards. Number cards, I feel like they got a lot going on, a lot of details, but they're not bad. And only criticism is that I think the hearts and diamonds should be a little more a difference in the color, since you got green and blue. Here we got red and orange, but they're very similar. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter, I guess. This is the other deck, a one-way back design, which I wish was mirror imaged. The Ancient Edition. silver faces, I guess, to some extent. Mermaids. That's all. That's what the deck is about. Sirens or mermaids. I wish the colors popped a little bit more on the pips so they're easier to see, but it is what it is. And then, like I said, there's that Abscissus deck. They're going to be printed by MPC. I'm not sure who's printing the white gold deck. They say they've got a printer for that, but they have not specified who that printer is. And I asked that yesterday, no response yet. I don't know why, but obviously it's got to be a different printer because of the stock that they want to use. Anyway, let's move on. No idea when that one is relaunching, but I'll let you know. Then there's this one. This one is coming April 12th, 10 a.m. Colorado time, Mountain time. It is the Inception series from Jody Eklund. More absolutely beautiful decks. As you can see, 3 decks in this one. I will get all of them. I am waiting on his last project, Devastation, which should be shipping anytime now. So I'm just looking at the prices here. $53 for all 3 decks and a deck box and signature cards. It seems like these are getting more and more expensive. I'm going to have to comment on that. Anyways. There is 3 decks in this one. The Intellectus deck, which is a standard one, dark blue, with copper foiling on the tuck case. And the Illustratum, which is the red, with copper foiling. And then there is the Inceptus deck, which is the limited one, I guess, with brown tuck case and copper foiling. Very nice. Printed by Legends. There's a deluxe reward. Signature series. Very nice. Here you see the backs. They're basically borderless because the borders match the... Well, they got borders, but they just match the back color. They're not white borders, which would have been fine. Very nice. I like the back design, the circle back inspired back design. The faces, awesome. Very well done. All hand drawn, I'm sure, by Jody Eklund. And all featuring obviously famous people. Politicals and scientists, I guess, and artists and very nice. Special cards. Ooh. Coins. Wow. $15 for a coin. Pass. Too expensive. T-shirts. Uncuts. All sorts of stuff. Awesome. I like it. I'm pledging for it. But I just like the fact that the prices keep going up and up in all these projects. Anyways, next up. I want to mention something as well. An apology. Last week I mentioned that one of the longtime members of the card collecting community had passed away. I was incorrect in his name. I don't know what happened. That person is actually Ted Dawson. Sorry, I keep... oh my God, I'm doing it again. I apologize to Judy and her family. The person is Tom Dawson. Last week, for some reason, and again this now, it was coming out as Ted Dawson. It's not Ted Dawson. That's somebody else. I don't know who that is. For some reason, it came out as Ted Dawson, but it's actually Tom Dawson. He's a longtime collector in the community, one of like the forefathers of card collecting, him and his wife. And they got a massive collection featuring tons of vintage decks and some newer decks as well. Big time collectors. They are personally pretty much responsible for the Hockman Encyclopedia of Playing Cards and are credited in that book. And they also are the current owners of the playingcardforum.com, which I'm not a member of because they don't want me there. And probably because they don't want me there, probably because I don't like to kiss ass. I like to tell it how it is, and they don't like that. So yeah, I apologize. It's Tom Dawson, passed away a few weeks ago after dealing with a respiratory illness for a few weeks, and it's sad. And my condolences to the family, and my apologies as well for screwing up the name. Let's move on though. This is coming soon, printed by Expert Point Card Company. It is a Danny De Ortiz deck. The center looks like it's a Danny and Dave deck, except that it's a D-O-D for Danny De Ortiz. Nice, vibrant blue color. I really like that. I kind of wish that was on the back design. It's a bit of just a darker color, not as vibrant, but it's fine. Maybe it's also because it's yellow. The back design, however, a lot of people not a big fan of because it has way too much right. It says, "It's your life, Danny De Ortiz." Okay, if it's my life, that's fine. But do we need your name on it? Do we need all that writing on there? I don't know. I mean, I like the back design. And there's this, which is kind of odd. I don't know if this is a gimmick, or gaff card, whatever, or if this is what the art is going to be like in the deck. It's a chipmunk queen. But I mean, it's fine. I like the colors. I like how it pops and everything. Some people, not a huge fan of all the writing on the backs, but it is what it is. It's pretty nice looking nonetheless. I don't know when it's going to be available or where, if it's going to be Kickstarter, I don't know, but I will give you all the deets when I find out. Next up, Darkfall. This one is now available to order. Here is, you see the back design and the faces. It's now available to order from Magic websites and card websites. Check out collectiblepointcards.com. Use the code VJose32 and save 10%. And I did post a video on it a couple weeks ago as well, a week ago, whatever it was, that you can check out on my channel. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure how usable it is based on these aces and the indexes, but it's definitely interesting, unique, completely custom. The back design reminds me a little bit of the Killer Bees from Illusionist, but it is what it is. So there it is. Hell, only $8.95 for a completely custom deck. It's a better value than Illusionist. What else is new at Collectible Point Cards that we should know about? They got the Dapper decks, Exquisites in blue, Smith number 3, Darkfall, the 4-point cards, that white expert at the card table deck, the bicycle utopias, omnias, and more. Always adding new stuff. Go check it out. Next up, I want to talk about this. I think I'm not sure if I mentioned it last week. It is the Citizens from Fury 11. It's a standard Fury 11 deck with a extremely embossed and foiled tuck case. As you can see, it's very nice. And I apologize if I did mention this last week and I'm mentioning it again, but whatever. Very nice custom seal. And actually, I did mention it last week. Nice ace of spades and everything. And here you see the back design. Very nice. Lots of detail. Beautiful cards. And they say that no detail was overlooked. And apparently, I made a comment about this on their page and may have been deleted. But they did overlook one detail. For court cards. The court cards are the typical Fury 11 court cards with gold inks and apparently blood red ink as well. They're just standard court cards but with different colors. No big surprise there. But it's still a very nice looking deck of cards. It's on its way here. I look forward to checking it out when I get it. Next up, Spring and Summer 2016 deck. Right, this is 2015. What the hell happened? Oh, never mind. Here it is. Spring and Summer 2016 deck. Now available to those with the link. It's a special little thing here. What was it? A private launch. And you can get a deck free if you know the link, if they sent you the link. This is all they're showing you though. And by the way, Just over a day left in the private launch. You can get one free and you can also get more, and the price is reasonable, but all they're showing you is that it is yellow. All you have to do to get the free deck is pay shipping, which is $5.50 in the US, $12 Canadian to Canada, and $16 international, something like that. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get it because it's PayPal only. Hello, it's 2016. There are other options out there. I don't care where in the world you are. You can get other options like I have on my website, a credit card provider. You can set that up on any website. Doesn't matter where you are. I wish people would get off PayPal. I know it's convenient. I know there's no charges, whatever. But they also like to screw people over and cut them off. Anyways, of course there's tutorials and whatnot as well that you can get. All it's showing is that it's yellow. I'm guessing it's yellow, black, and white. I've seen an image of that before somewhere, but it might have just been that photoshopped as well. But anyways, not a bad deal, and I like that they're giving them away for free to some people, but at the same time, how about just selling it to everyone with a lower price instead of giving people freebies? Anyway, that is that. Going back to my channel, coming this week on my channel is the Sin Lim deck of cards, deck review, the Prism Knight deck, Victorian Room from the Blue Crown, Love You from Natalia Silva, Tricard Viridian from Cardify, and I believe the Joker ADT. And more to come next week. There's the latest deck to my collection, the Sideshow deck. Why do people always sending me messages? Trying to comment on Facebook. Pops up on my screen. Anyways, that's what I got for this week. This is a lot longer than I thought it would be. I guess I like to talk too much. I apologize if it's too long. Sorry. That's what I got. See you next time.